It was in this moment that I knew my entire life was coming closer to the end. Reflecting back, I spent a lot of time trying to find answers to life's greatest problems, like getting money and basically focusing on the future a little too hard. Now that I'm almost 30 with no answers to anything, just a small town nobody named Pablo, I finally see where I messed up along the way. It honestly took me a long time to figure out all this crap. I used to dread this idea of being alone or in a silent room, which honestly allowed a lot of crappy things and people in my life just to not feel alone. I wanted a family, a big house, nice cars, all the most cliche crap you could possibly think of, almost like it was programmed into me at an early age. So I spent most of my time focused on the future. I forgot to live in the present.
Hey, Diego. Oh, what is this?
When I really think about it, I was just too focused on tomorrow that I couldn't enjoy the movies. I couldn't enjoy hanging out with my family. I couldn't enjoy anything. I couldn't even enjoy video games or any of the things that I actually loved and cared about. I was sitting there even looking at photos of myself where I was trying to smile and feeling some kind of enjoyment in the moment, and I really wasn't giving any kind of full smile because I was just so worried about everything. I grew up really poor, and I really think that that's where a lot of this stems from, because I didn't want the people around me to hurt and suffer like I did, and I always thought that the source of that suffering was genuinely money and material things, and it never really was. And you know what's really crappy is, like, I spent all this time growing and trying to make money and trying to make this like good life, and at the end of the day, when I finally got the things that I was working for, like I even bought my dream car at one point, and I didn't really feel very happy. I still couldn't enjoy it, and that really sucked. But nothing sucked more than the relationships with the genuinely good people that I kind of forsake because I was so focused on the future and material crap that really didn't matter. And it's such a weird thing because I cared about those people so much that I had this great vision of them living in abundance, and I felt that I was the one that needed to work hard and provide that for them, and I put that on my shoulders, and I really should never have done that. At the end of the day, I would have had a lot more things that actually mattered to me if I just focused on the people I was working for things for rather than the items themselves. And now that I'm older, I have so much more value into the smaller things like filmmaking, videography, cinematography, just things that I'm obsessed with, things that I absolutely love. And I want to be surrounded by a lot more people that are into that sort of thing. But it's been really challenging living in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, but still, like, I guess that's just how it is. So yeah, I basically just took an entire year off to travel, focus on myself, and learn to be alone. I forsaked any kind of new relationships and really just tried to tough it out as much as I could. And it was by far one of the best choices I could have made for myself. The fear of the unknown pushed me to live a life of adventure and meaning. I've learned that even in the darkest times, there's always something to be thankful for.
There are a lot of choices waiting to be made. Too many choices making me afraid.
I was traveling in Thailand, and I ended up in the hospital for 11 days, not able to eat food for the entire time and nearly dying. It gave me plenty of time to sit there and just think about my life, just how fragile human existence really is. My time in the hospital was a big wake-up call for me to just live more meaningfully and be way more selective of the people that I trust and who I surround myself with. From now on, I'm focusing on my own happiness, and I want to create things that really resonates with people who share the same aspirations and thoughts that I do. So yeah, this basically just starts Pablo's list of things that I've always wanted to do and things that have always been in the back of my mind. And one of those things that really bothered me was while I was in Tokyo, we were getting ready to board a train and someone had jumped in front of the train, which stopped the train, not allowing us to board and everything. And that really bothered me because one idea I've always had for years that I've never executed, never thought I'd ever have the chance of, was to go to Aokigahara and post up signs throughout the forest to try to inspire hope in people's lives, because I understand that feeling of hopelessness on a really deep level. So I wanted to try to maybe change that for somebody. So as you guys can see, they actually marked these trees just in case they had second thoughts and wanted to come back home. So what I went ahead and did was I created these flyers to post around the forest. This one basically says, it's okay to ask for help. It shows strength, not weakness. Because I firmly believe that these people actually don't want to leave this world. They just lose hope. So I'm hoping that this will inspire some hope and maybe even have someone turn around and just go home. I know a lot of people out there would say this is littering or whatever, but honestly, I firmly believe that if this inspires just one person to turn around, it would counteract the shoes, the tents, the trash, all the stuff that they would leave behind if they do decide to commit. So if this saves even one person, I believe it counteracts that tenfold. Obviously, someone came here thinking about doing something, so if they see this, then, you know, maybe it'll change their mind. I don't know. That's just what I'm hoping. This one says, your life has value and meaning. Think of those who will miss you while you're gone.
There's a saying that no one dies alone, you know?
Yeah, no one dies alone. That's 100% true. So,
Your death affects, you know, a lot of people around you, even if you don't really think about it.
yeah.
More markings.
More markings?
Yeah. There's quite a few, actually. All the red on the tree.
Oh my goodness. You matter more than you know. It's okay to take things one day at a time. And I know there is a sign by the entrance or whatever to help prevent people, but it's literally one sign. So if I can keep giving these affirmations and having people second guess themselves, just little subliminal messages like that time and time again, I think it'll be just a little bit more effective. It took me and Diego over 6 hours to post up all the signs that I made, and it even got really dark, but I was really thankful that he stayed out with me that entire time to do something that I wanted to do. I've really struggled with the feeling of loneliness for probably most of my life, and the one thing that really hit me was when Diego said that we never really die alone, and that really, really made me realize that I was never alone. I had him with me throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole adventure. Every single tough thing I've ever faced, every single betrayal, every single lie made about me, every single everything, he was there to help me out and pick up the pieces a little bit. But the unfortunate reality is I am getting so much older, and I am getting unhealthier even no matter how hard I try. I'm definitely gonna go soon. So I really don't want to leave this world without making some kind of a difference, even if it's small. And I'm really gonna focus on stuff like that, because when I look back at the little kid version of me that was before all the betrayals, before all the ridiculousness of life, before all the hardships of society and everything, that little kid version of me just wanted to help people and just wanted to be there for people, and he just wanted to be loved. And that's what I want to focus on, and that's the things I want to do. The only thing I've ever really come to regret is just focusing on the future too hard and giving into this feeling of loneliness when I never really was alone. So definitely don't be like me.